you
of
know,
course.
because trading is not a thing that, hey, I have cash problems, let's trade.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I have cash problems, let's become a doctor.
Yeah.
Like what?
Year 3, year
Well,
4.
year one, I lost money. Year two,
How much did you lose?
maybe $3,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then year two, maybe I was break even. Year three, I started to make money.
How much?
About maybe 24 grand a year.
Guess that's the cost of only being human. I'm near a decade in the game, still learning like a student. My focus never been the fame, only constant improvement.
Alright, hey guys, it's me Zero, and welcome back to the channel. And if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to check out all our other videos on stock related stuff. We have videos that cover risk management, how to find winning stocks, setups I like to trade, and many more videos. So make sure to check them out. And if you do learn something from these videos or you like the content, make sure to leave a like. And if you guys have any suggestions of future videos to make, comment it down below and we'll make sure to cover that in the future. But anyways, today's video is going to cover the topic of a trader's journey. And I think a lot of people have an image in their head of what they imagine the road of trading to be like. But I think it varies a lot from the actual reality of it, because the road to success isn't just a straight line up. That's what a lot of us would like it to be, or that we think it's going to be like. But in reality, success is more like a staircase up. It has points where you go up and then long plateaus, and then you take another step up and then a long plateau and then another step up, and then eventually you meet a point where you take an elevator up and your success goes exponential, which we'll talk about in future slides. But there's this really quote that conveys this really well, so let's go over that quote. And the quote goes, "When nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stonecutter hammering away at his rock, perhaps 100 times without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow, it will split in two. And I know it was not that last blow that did it, but all that had gone before." Damn, what a powerful and beautiful quote. And that perfectly explains what I'm trying to say in this video, where trading requires a lot of experience. Like, a lot of people will come into trading and be like, okay, what book should I read? What videos on YouTube should I watch that will get me ready? And I'm not saying that there isn't books that you should check out or videos that you should watch. I think all that stuff is important, but I don't think there's one certain book or one certain video that's gonna make everything click for you. I think a lot of it also relies on you getting that experience, you getting that watch time in front, screen time in front of the charts, you having those hundreds and hundreds of market opens as experience to back up your ability to be able to trade. And there's no way to find a shortcut to that. There's no shortcut to it. You just have to put in the time. There's no way around that. Like I said, there's no one video or one book that's gonna just give you all the answers. It's gonna take time, and you can't speed up time or shortcut it. It's just something you have to put in, and you can't not do it. And what happens a lot of times is people get into trading and they're super excited. They watch all these videos, so they think they're ready, and they got their couple $1,000 and they're like, okay, I'm ready to go. And they expect it to maybe take 6 months to a year to find consistency, and then when that doesn't end up happening, they end up quitting. But they might have only been in their 50th hit to the rock, their 70th hit to the rock, or they might have been in their 100th hit to the rock, but they weren't yet at that 101st blow. They were just one away from them finding the success. And that's kind of how it works. You build up all this experience for a year or two, and then in that third year is when you start seeing some success. And a lot of people don't have the patience or the discipline or the resilience to last to that third year. And that's why you end up hearing these statistics. 95% of people end up failing. It's not because they weren't capable of, it's because they never gave themselves a true chance to succeed. They never got to that 101 hit to the rock. They stopped at the 20th hit, the 50th hit. And so they never built that experience to be able to actually get good at this thing. Because trading is tough and it takes a long time to get good at it, but once you do, it's worth it. And if you don't believe me that this is how the path of a real trader looks like, this is what a realistic trader's results would look like. In the year one, maybe they're down $10,000. It's pretty common to see a red year on your first year. If you've gone through that, don't feel too bad. A lot of people that end up being successful experience that, and then maybe in the year second they end up breaking even, and then the third year they're $2,000 profit, and a lot of people would probably quit before even this third year. So think about it. It's taken them 3 years and they're still down negative 8,000, but they keep on going, keep on hitting that rock. And so their fourth year, they start seeing some actual success. They had a $200,000 year. And then here's where it gets exciting. Their year 5, they hit $3 million. And then you start seeing the actual success. But the reality is that $3 million wasn't made on that 5th year. That $3 million was made in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, because it wasn't possible without those 4 years. So although on paper, yeah, it was made in just that 1 year, but it really is that experience, all those times hitting the rock, that did it to make that $3 million. Like, let's say this trader, his beginning balance on that 5th year was $300,000, and he was able to 10x that to $3 million. Let's say you gave that $300,000 to somebody on their 2nd year or even on their 3rd year. Would they have been able to turn that to $3 million? Probably not. Why? Because they didn't have that year 1, year 2, year 3, 4 years behind them, experience and time hitting the rock to be able to achieve those kind of results. Even though all the conditions are the same, they have the same amount of money and the same set of opportunities in front of them, but they're not going to be able to do the same thing. So that's what I'm trying to convey here, that trading takes time and there's no way to go around that experience thing. You just have to put in the time, and that's probably the hardest part of becoming a successful trader. And I just wanted to give a shout out to 2 of these books which I've been reading this past month. Chop Wood Carry Water was actually recommended by Brian Lee Trades, who I've shouted out many times on this channel, but if you haven't heard about him, definitely give him a follow on Twitter. One of the best VinTwit follows on Twitter. And then a second book by the same author that I just read this past week is Pound the Stone. Really great book. That quote that I showed you guys earlier is actually from that book. Great book, and it basically talks about the path to mastery. None of these are trading books exactly, but they cover how to become great at something, which when you're learning to trade, you're trying to become great at trading. So it applies to trading. Come and you check them out. The first one I read was Chop Wood Carry Water, and then Pound the Stone is kind of like a continuation to that. So I recommend them. You can find them on Audible or purchase them on Amazon, both good reads, and they're pretty short. They're not too long. So yeah, definitely check them out. But yeah, and then the last note to leave you guys on is the road to mastery. It's the only road that you can't find a shortcut to. The only directions are sacrifice, grit, discipline, failure, and persistence. And that's just the truth right there. Like I said, you just can't bypass the time. Those years of experience are crucial to finding that success in your 4th and your 5th year. Without those early years of experience, it's really, really hard. It's almost impossible to make it without those years of experience. So that's why you see a lot of people not end up making it, because they quit before they ever get to that 3rd, 4th year, where people usually start finding that success. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what year you guys are in, and what are the lessons you guys think are the most important that you've learned throughout your years of trading. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you guys have any topics or questions you guys want me to cover, just leave them down below and I'll make sure to cover them in the future. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the Discord or in a future video lesson. Anyways, it's been me, Zero, and I'm out. Peace.
Back in the basement, more concerned with living dreams and these lavish vacations. 10,000 hours in my craft keep establishing patience. I feel empowered when I rap, this ain't average creation. This my genesis, hunger come with benefits. I'm always unsatisfied and sharpen up my penmanship. Competition with myself, ego still the nemesis.